Hey folks, Brendan here from Bluelight, going live for you inside the Bluelight Police Recruitment and Career Development Facebook group. There's a mouthful for you. But anyway, going live to potentially up to 22,000 people. That's how many people we've got in the group now. And if you're watching this on the replay and you'd like to join the group, then check the link below. Click on it, answer the question, come and join us. Come and join the best, most amazing community, dedicated just to supporting your journey into the police and dedicated to supporting you beyond that to have the most awesome career ever. I had a magnificent career in the police. You see some of the photographs back there of proudly being in different roles. And the space station, the Lego space station. Built that with my little boy. Nothing to do with policing. Anyway, in tonight's Facebook Live, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about values. And where did this come from? Well, I did some one-to-one coaching earlier with a client who's got a final interview coming up. And they are aware that one of the questions they're going to get asked about is values. Now, there's a number of different values type questions you could be asked. I'm going to go through those with you now and give you an idea of what you need to prepare for these types of questions. And there's more and more forces are starting to lean towards these values-based questions rather than, can you tell me about a time when? Can you tell me about a time when? Can you tell me about a time when? It's not really finding out or discovering that much about you other than some of the behaviors that you've demonstrated. It's not really finding out what's in your heart. So tough questions about values. Tough forward-facing questions. How would you deal with this type of scenario? Anyway, that's for another video. So possible questions that you might get around values. What value or values are important to you and why? So that's an interesting one to ponder, because whenever I ask that one in my one-to-one coaching or in the webinars, the weekly webinars, and by the way, if you want to find out more about how to join those weekly practice webinars or the one-to-ones, check the links below. You'll find out exactly how to join me on those weekly sessions. Join the most special community beyond the one that's the Facebook group. The Facebook group's for those of you who are my special clients. This is where we really focus on getting you through the next stage, whatever that might be. And you've also got access to like a couple of years worth of webinars, so you can actually geek out on watching webinars from the past. This is how we learn. We learn by practicing. We learn by making magnificent mistakes and learning from them, by taking uncomfortable action on a daily basis. Anyway, back to values. So the first question, what value or values are important to you and why? Now this can be closely followed by the question, can you give me an example of when you've demonstrated that value? So you've got to make sure you're on point for this, because if you start BSing them, they'll work it out. I can smell BS a mile off. So, because I've been doing this for 26 years now, so can the interviewers. They can smell BS a mile off. So don't try and BS them. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So, and don't just start repeating values from the competency of values framework. No, any fool can recite that. Now I want to hear what values are important to you. So you might want to talk about compassion. And actually we focus on this a lot in the webinars, the sort of discretionary value that you can add as a police officer. So Code G of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, which tells us how to look after those people who we arrest or stop and search, talks about 4 things that we need to do when we arrest someone: that we must treat people responsibly, with respect, fairly, and without unlawful discrimination. So responsibly, with respect, fairly, and without unlawful discrimination. That's a legal requirement. But you've also got the discretionary values that you can add to that as a police officer, of kindness and compassion, of empathy. And in the webinars, we talk about why that's so important, how to get that across in an interview. This is how people score really well. So, that's one type of values question. The next values question, this is one that came out of today. I said, well, what values are important to the police? And my client stunned me, actually, because they came up with something I've not thought of. And what they said was, as a police officer, this is the most important value. As a police force, they gave another value. So the value for a police officer they gave was integrity, And then they talked about how, as a force, a value for the force would be transparency and accountability to the communities that they're a part of. Problem they had was they didn't really know how to build on that. And so we spent a good 20 minutes building the answer up so that it's going to be awesome. Honestly, it will be awesome, incredibly awesome. They're going to really surprise the interviewers because they're going to come up with something that's just, well, they weren't expecting. You weren't expecting. But we're giving it a lot of deep thought, and we've got a structured approach now. And this is what we focus on, because you need to have a structured approach. One of the reasons why people fail is because they've not got a structured approach in the interview, a lack of detail, or they answer the question they were hoping to be asked, not the actual question they were asked. Those are the three reasons why people keep failing. And I'm so sorry for them, because often they come to me and say, I've failed my interview. Just recently had someone who's failed their interview over the years 3 times. They've just aced everything first time round. It's not that they weren't suitable to be a police officer. They were more than suitable to be a police officer. They just didn't know how to get themselves over. They didn't know how to structure their response. They didn't know how to put the detail in there. They didn't know for their final interview how to come across as their authentic emotional self. And that's what we work on. So check the links below to find out more. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube or Facebook, please do like, please do subscribe. It'd be awesome if you could. And that way you can get notification whenever I publish any more of these. They're going to help you all the way through your recruitment journey. They're going to help you all the way through your policing career. Check the Trustpilot reviews as well, not just from people who've succeeded in the recruitment process, but from people who've succeeded all the way up to the rank of superintendent. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. So keep practicing, keep preparing, keep practicing, keep taking that uncomfortable action, keep doing one thing every day that's going to take you closer to your goal. And you will succeed. And let me be part of that journey. It's awesome to be part of so many journeys, thousands and thousands and thousands of you. Amazing stuff. Anyway, do a few shout outs before we go to some of you awesome people. To Gar, to Beth, to Paul, Natasha, to Mark Berger. I love that. Cray. Cray saying hi, Brendan. Hi, Cray. James, Meg, Leslie, Lauren, Glenn, and Stephanie. Stephanie, I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness, so proud of you. You've done such a great job, and you deserve every success, all the results of the success and all the hard work. So great to see you joining us as well. Okay, folks, I shall catch up with you soon. Bye-bye for now.